Good afternoon. Welcome to me, Carlene, Joe's Kitchen, where today we're going to be working with some fish, some white fish, some codfish. Yeah, I'm going to try a really cool little recipe. I was in Las Vegas. I went to a seminar and we went out to eat at the Mirage. And I just got so many different ideas that I'm back making this really delicious meal that's my creation. But let's talk about white fish. Here is some frozen fish that was flash frozen from Thrive, Thrive, Thrive Market. You know, you may say that you can't get fish where you're at. Well, now we all can, because we can order from places like Thrive, and it comes frozen in big chunks of ice. So I want to just show you something about, here is one of their pieces of codfish. And please forgive me if I'm going to sneeze here in a second. When you're working with a piece of white fish, before you pan fry it, you've got to get rid of the water that's in it. So you have to unthaw it. You don't want to fry it frozen. You unthaw it, and then you try it as best you can to get rid of as much water out of as you can, so you get a more dark crust. And you fry it probably about 2-3 minutes on one side with some avocado oil, and then with some butter on the other side. And you're going to get something like this. This is just 2 little pieces of fish for an afternoon lunch. These started off 2 ounces each. They've shriveled up to some, but I'm going to be cooking with this and doing kind of a fun recipe. So I took out my wide rim mugs. These can go in the broiler, oven, hot or cold. And I'm going to cook with them. And I'm going to put a piece of my white fish down here. So that's why I didn't want a very big piece. I think it's super cool. I like this. Dinner for 2. Actually, a luncheon for 2. And then on top of that, you're going to add some fire roasted tomatoes. What's cool about these guys is they're kind of spicy. They're chunky and they're spicy. So I went ahead and heated up these fire roasted tomatoes. So I'll pull them over here. And I'm just going to put some of these on top of our fish. This is going to go fast. It's going to be delish. So I've got some fire roasted tomatoes on top, my fish. I'll put this back over here. Then just a little salt and pepper again. Now right now, both of these items, a little salt, are warm. And then I'm going to add some, I guess you call it a white bean. It's not a chickpea. It is called a navy bean. Let me get it straight. My goodness, I really like these. And there are about 13 carbs in a half a cup. So I'm going to take about a half a cup of a navy bean that I did not heat, and I very well could have. But I think that the fish and the tomatoes will start to warm it up. And you put some navy beans on top of that. Then for a little color, you're going to add some of this. Some olives that are green with pimento inside. Oh my goodness. So you're just going to kind of color it up. But let me show you how I cut these guys. And let me grab my knife. And instead of doing the usual and cutting them this way, I cut them on the fattest side. So they look like this. So that pimento stays in there because it's about a little bit of color. And then you cut them again. Sometimes they fall apart, sometimes they don't. That one cut perfectly. And you can add a little bit more of that. And your finale is going to be just a little bit of feta cheese. When we were at this restaurant at the Mirage, there's a shopping store that I like at the Mirage. We had these chunks of feta cheese that were so perfectly and lovingly cut. I don't know, I just thought they were great.
Was it the Heritage?
So, what?
The restaurant was the Heritage.
Oh, it was the yeah, it was called the Heritage Steakhouse. We really liked it. And I will clean that up. And I'm going to put a little parsley on top. What an easy little meal. I mean, that probably took me, I don't know, 5 minutes. Look, I'm now ready to say, time for lunch, time for an early dinner. Let's have some omega-3, some fish, some codfish. I hope you're doing well. Bye-bye.